The dash vault tutorial is going to be dedicated to Mouad bin Tabba. He's a friend that I actually just recently made. He's a parkour practitioner from Morocco. He's a really cool guy. I've been talking to him all day today, so that's really awesome. And this is also for some of the guys on parkour advice and tips. It's a little page on Facebook. It's something like 8,000 members. A lot of them are really young practitioners. I've seen some that are even 13, 14 years old. Some of you guys are super dedicated. I really enjoy watching some of your progress videos. So hopefully the tutorials that we will be making in the future, as well as the ones that we have already created, will be able to help you guys learn some more moves and to better yourselves as a whole. So this is Dwight Shelby with the Opposite Force Parkour, and I hope you enjoy this dash vault tutorial. Thank you. Alright, this is Dwight Shelby with the Opposite Force Parkour, and this is your dash vault. One of those basics that you want to learn that will slowly evolve into other parkour movements. There's lots of things that you can connect to. Also, when you get really good at your dash, you can find really interesting spots to do dashes into kongs. And then of course you can do the cash vault, which is a kong and a dash together. It's really cool. You're really going to want to learn that one. As far as the dash is concerned, it's quite simple, but just like the kong, it has a small element of fear to it that scares a lot of people off. I would say there's a vast majority of parkour practitioners that are ready for the dash. It just scares them. They're physically ready for it. And the main reason why they're probably not actually performing it, the reason why that fear still lingers, is because they're not necessarily understanding the full technique. And that's what's hindering them. There are a couple clips that we're going to run of the dash, but right now we're just going to talk about how to get through it. Your run-up is standard. It is your split step run-up, like with all of our other vaults. You should know the split step by now, be pretty proficient with it. You should be practicing with it and throwing it into your movements. Footwork now. I'm going to show you the approach, and then I'm going to show you some interesting things that you can do in a two-step program to stop using drugs to do your dash. Okay, for the approach, you're going to use your split step. So if I'm in my split step, my right foot's forward, my left foot's back. From here, I'm going to load through the right foot, and then as I take off, my left foot's going to come up. You can bring your knee straight up. I've seen a couple people when they first start working on their dash, their leg kind of comes up and around in order to clear the object. But you pretty much want to bring your leg straight up, shoot it out over the object. Now your right leg, because it's taking off and it's providing your lift, is going to trail for a little bit. So if you watch most dashes in slow-mo, you'll see that the lagging leg sort of bends up under the body and it kicks out right before passing over the obstacle. Don't get too close to your obstacle. If I run up and I come right here, I'm going to pull up, and that's just you don't want to do that. Another problem about getting too close is you might be just a little too close, and as this foot comes up, kick the obstacle. What's going to happen is you're going to kick the obstacle, but your shooting leg, your left leg for me, would be over the obstacle. So most likely you're going to jam your little naughty bits against the corner of whatever obstacle you're supposed to be dashing over. You don't want to do that. So watch out for that. Now we're going to work on actually getting on the obstacle. Something that you can do is you can do a light walk up or just a brisk run up and just jump onto the obstacle, legs out, and sit down. Make sure you don't bust your butt up. Let's see if I can even do one while I'm talking all this crap. Run up, jump, butt placement. Just like that. That's going to help you grow accustomed to getting on the box. Now, on the other side, you're going to have a little bit of that momentum, actually quite a bit of momentum, from when this leg comes up, the lagging leg comes up, and shoots out. Okay? So from here, we know that we're going to be placing our hands here, and we're going to be in that position coming out of the obstacle. Make sure you don't come mountain topping. You want to be booby, okay? You want to have a nice, smooth, parabolic flight over the top of the obstacle. You want to skim over the top. You want to dash over the top. Aside from the fact that when you do a dash, your legs look like a hyphen, but honestly, it's because you're dashing over the top of the obstacle. Remember that. Do not come up and down onto the obstacle. You're gonna hurt your hands on the way down, jam your wrists up. When you are doing your dash, if you're practicing them, predominantly practicing them, warm up the wrists. Give yourself a couple of these, get the wrists nice and warmed up so you don't jam them up on the way down. But you're gonna sit, you're gonna pick yourself up and use just your legs to kick out and see how far out you can get. And that'll let you know if you're ready to really clear that obstacle for your dash. With this type of movement, you really want to get a lot of explosive power. So you're gonna pull your knees up. Okay, shoot out. Reiterate on our hand push. One of the sections of the dash that is very, very important to having a very clean, beautiful dash is, again, the push. So you're gonna go from the hands placed. You can come up into an L sit and push out. You can come up into a V sit and push out if you really want to get some ab work, or you could just go from a sit. And you're gonna have this natural posture that's gonna occur almost like a serpentine. So we're gonna kick out, land, and come up. There you are. If you noticed, I crunched. When you go over the top of the obstacle, you do want to emulate a crunch. You want to bring the abs in and bring the chest forward. If you're back, if you're leaning back, you're not going to get over the obstacle well. You're going to lose a lot of your momentum. If you don't clip your butt or even shear your pants off, you're going to have a very poor landing and you're not going to get a good ejection. Now, as far as your landing goes, just like you saw with the one that I performed, you can either do a punch landing, let's say if you're going into a dash to precision, or you could do a split step landing, which is where once you complete your dash, you open your legs up into your natural running form, and then you simply run out with your split step. No big deal. Very, very simple. So that's your dash. It's quite a simple movement. Only things that you really need to remember are about getting your legs up high enough. You don't want to hit your heels on your obstacle. Make sure you have a clean run up while you're practicing, like with all of our vaults. Stay safe. Have somebody watching you. You know, if you're getting your butt really close to the obstacle, you want somebody to tell you, man, you need to jump a little bit higher, which none of us want to be told. That sucks. Jump higher. Doesn't really help. Aside from that, the best thing that you can do is go out and practice it. Drill it. Do your little sits where you jump up, plant your butt, and then that's the first half. And then the second half is going to be planting your butt, kicking out. You can even do that from an L sit, kick out harder by pulling your knees in and kicking, and you can practice your split step out. So that's your dash vault tutorial. Stay safe, have some fun. This is Dwight Shelby with the Opposite Force Parkour, and I will check you later.